And good evening once again, Rando fans. We are back here on SpeedGaming 2 with more main tournament ALTTPR action. I certainly hope you like your items randomized and your boots casual, because that's what we've got tonight. You see our runners are about to start off with that boots and a sword in inventory. We're going to do the standard opening sequence, and then the world is going to be wide open after that. I am CoolPopabell2282. Phantom Ryu is just running a few minutes late, but he should be here to join us for this match between Dr. Martio and sillykyle22. This is a Group U match, and this one actually has some pretty serious playoff implications. So we should be seeing both of our runners getting started here in just a second, but right now Marty is sitting at 3-1 in the group, Kyle's sitting at 2-2, but Marty took the first race, so if Kyle takes this one back, then they will be dead even, both with one race to go against Jesse, aka Radical Sniper. So really anything could still happen in this group between these two, although I think Jesse's feeling pretty confident about being able to make it into the bracket stages. But here we go. We just got 20 bucks in Link's house right here. So of course we will have our usual standard start. And since this is just normal casual boots as opposed to Kabuki, nothing too weird is going to happen here. No having to dip into Aga to do any door rando type nonsense to find some sewer keys or whatever. And a whole lot of arrows so far. Apparently the game really wants us to be stocked up there. Did not see what the drop was from the guards, but as all casual boots fans know, not as big of a deal to go looking for bombs here when you do have those boots open to bonk open the sewer if you need to. Okay, Master Sword already. It is nice to speed things up a little bit through this section, but you are always a little nervous about why the game is giving you swords already in the light world. Does that mean we'll have an Aga? Who knows? So Marty just about one screen ahead here, getting down into the ball and chain fight. Unsurprisingly, both runners having a pretty clean run through the escape sequence. Nothing too out of the ordinary happening here. So for those of you who have not been paying too close of attention to this tournament, the group stages are all using the same 5 modes that we use for qualifiers. We've got Kabuki, Casual Boots, Cross Keys, Tile Swap, and Enemizer. And I think most people are thinking about casual boots as sort of the highest variance out of all of those. You know, you got your tile swap is all dungeons, kabuki is all dungeons, cross keys is cross keys, Animizer is just going to be a mess for everybody no matter what. But casual boots, there can be a lot of, you know, weird things where you just have to dip the right pendant dungeon or avoid dipping the wrong pendant dungeon, those kinds of things that can really be pretty swingy in these races. So I think maybe underdogs have been choosing this one a little bit more just because it gives them maybe a better shot of spiking that item and stealing a race, but we'll see how these two felt about this one in a post-game chat. But so far, both of them not having any trouble getting through our escape sequence in just over 5 minutes, but we have not found really anything of particular interest here in the castle. Map was here in the sewers, so we do have one more item left in the chapel itself, but Marty's got the setup for a joke there. A Ninja Turtle, a princess, and a priest walk into a cathedral. I don't know what the punchline is, but we'll come up with it sooner or later. And there we go. We got a Phantom Ryu joining us here in the comms booth. How are you doing tonight?
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody, wherever you are in the world. Apologize for the tardiness here. Sometimes, unfortunately, life gets in the way, but I am here. I'm here to help. Hopefully, Papa Bell, you've been doing all right without me. I'm certain you have been.
You know, I've gotten through it. It was very sad without you, but it's all much better now.
That's outstanding. Love to hear it. So, yeah, so early goings here. Kaz Boots doesn't look like we had much to really write home about in Escape, other than that that Master Sword, which of course makes you a little bit nervous when you find it that early in the game. Oh God, please let this not be an Aga seed.
Yeah, we did see some junk there on the Lumberjack Ledge, and we got our map checks as well. Crystals at Eastern and Hera, and then a garbage pendant down in Desert.
Yeah. But Dr. Marty here, rocking that Shadow Sprite from, excuse me, from Final Fantasy VI, and is that a Sailor Moon sprite over there on Kyle's screen?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Although that means Dr. Marty is mixing his Final Fantasies. I believe he's running an FF5 MSU, so I don't know if that's legal or not.
Ooh, I don't know about that. This is Kaz Boots. This is about the only type of seed that I'm qualified to commentate, because when they start playing this AD tile swap and cross keys and all that, old men like me, our brains can't handle that kind of complexity. So glad to be here with a nice, simple Kaz Boots seed.
Man, I feel you on that one. I took a month or so off when Door Rando started becoming a thing, and then when I came back, I was like, what has happened while I've been gone?
Yeah, I took a couple of years off, so it was kind of a shock to come back after a couple of years. Ooh, half magic in the well. Everyone loves to hear that.
And our first bottle as well, so some checks we can clear off the list, but nothing too exciting yet.
Can of Burna can be helpful, especially with blind. And just a little love there in Chicken Hut. Did obviously I'm a Johnny come lately here. Did Kyle do something that Marty skipped? Just that there would be this much of a difference between them so early in the race seems a little odd at this level of competition.
Yeah, not really. It was really just some technical stuff. Little things here and there in the escape sequence just kind of added up to give Marty a little bit of a lead here.
Roger. About to see what is in the library today, and it is... Oh, is this even randomized?
My goodness. And with that pendant desert too, that's pretty annoying, but... We could take the optimistic view and say maybe that's for Ether Tablet, and that's why we have this this here Master Sword already.
Just a bundle of sticks on the race game here. See where Dr. Marty goes from here. I would assume South Shore, Mini Moldorm Cave, Dam, all of that, but our runners can always surprise us.
But with that book in hand, they're certainly going to be thinking to themselves, like, okay, when am I going to go to desert? What circumstances would push me to go there?
Yeah, usually, if they find a fire source here anytime soon, say in Mini Moldorm or Ice Rod Cave, that would probably drive them directly towards desert.
Yeah, particularly in Kaz Boots, right? No worries about the torch being something you'll have to come back for later.
Right. Interesting this early in the game. I get it because, getting at items does cost you some time, but this early in the game, I would think I might have taken that small heart there in the dam. It's only a couple seconds worth. But of course, at this level of competition, a couple seconds could be the difference. Oh, it is hammer time. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but with both the hammer and the glove there in Mini Moldorm Cave, it looks like the only way we're going to have an Aga seed is if the Moon Pearl is on the pyramid. I think that's correct.
Yes, that seems that way. And so that certainly lessens our chances that we're going to desert, although the Moon Pearl could just be hiding out in there. Still could be, I guess, like a torch for a logical Aga, maybe, but...
Yeah.
Or lamp, rather.
Nothing doing much there in Ice Rod Cave, but Dr. Marty is going to be setting up his water walk here. Probably going to be checking out what's on Lake Hylia Island, as well as hitting the hobo and probably the waterfall in Zora area. Dr. Marty says, I don't care what's on the island. I'm just going to go up to Zora area.
Yeah, there are a lot of different ways to play this, right? You could always just head right back down, back into the portal, and just keep your water walk all the way to Hobo, but then miss out on scouting this item. You could scout and then do that as long as you keep the water walk, so that might be the choice here.
Well, the ice rod is on the ledge. This is not going to turn into a true ice rod hunt either.
As annoying as it is to see something on that ledge and then still have to come back for it later, that's probably one of the better items to be there, since you know it's going to be a hot second before you actually need that.
But it is also nice knowing, okay, I know where the ice rod is, one of the items that can be legitimately anywhere.
Right.
And so it was a big heart on Lake Hylia Island. There's our Moon Pearl. Aga is dead. And there's our laser stick. Wow. Sahasrahla with gold today. I think we have our new hype cave for the day.
I mean, if Sahasrahla's got all that good stuff, why doesn't just he go save Hyrule, you know?
Indeed. What do you need us for? I think Dr. Marty's just going to head straight to the Dark World. Can't fault that decision at all, especially with that laser stick. Go ahead and complete Skull Woods. He's got the hammer. He can complete Thieves Town, as well as all of the Village of Outcast checks. All right, we have Green Pendant, Turtle Rock, Worthless Pendant, Misery Mire, and a 5/6 on Swamp.
Very interesting. So yeah, I certainly agree with you. This seems like a really appealing option, especially now that we know they're both crystals. These are two available crystal dungeons for Marty. The mountain's not in logic, so we'll see if Kyle follows suit after getting the last bit of Dark World access here.
Ooh, that was close. Dr. Marty almost got grabbed by the Wallmaster there. Nice death warp. All right, looks like Kyle is going to go south. We're going to check out Hype Cave. And maybe the pyramid as well.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind this either. You can get a look at the Dark World map before you run back to Kakariko, right? Like maybe if the two pendants were over there in the northwest part of the world, you might put that off for a while. Depending on what you get at Hype Cave. And maybe just get some extra health for this Skull Woods trip, because this is not the easiest moth fight they've got coming up.
No, not at all, but we're certain at this level they can handle it. Let's see what Johnny Two Bombs has for us today. We got a fairy in a bottle. 50 roops, 20 roops, little love, and tempered sword. So, mild hype? Just for that tempered sword?
I mean, certainly on the list of things to make this an easier moth fight, tempered sword is number one there.
Agreed. Kyle is, in fact, heading up to the pyramid while Dr. Marty starts this moth fight. And as long as Moth cooperates, he should be fine. The problem is the moth does not like to cooperate, but thankfully is not hanging out up at the top there. Nothing doing on the pyramid, just 10 arrows.
Not a bad fight from Marty there, playing it safe and just using those fire rod shots where possible, and gets our first crystal.
Yep. And Kyle is going to go ahead and check Scamfish here. Last race I commentated, Scamfish was the key to the race, so Kyle, you don't have mitts.
And I think this is one of those spots that your opponent could easily last location typically. Now, maybe less so with the ice rod up here, but, this is a sort of a flyer you can take without making a big commitment to it early on that can pay off pretty well.
Yeah, well, let's see if it does today. It does not, just little love. See if Kyle follows in Dr. Marty's footsteps here. Not much intel either. As we were discussing earlier, that early book does kind of lead you to desert, and they do have a fire source, so there might be something in desert, even though it is a non-green pendant.
Yeah, and this is just sort of exactly the issue that some people have with casual boots, right? Is sometimes it's just like, oh, randomly go to this pendant, and that's the answer. But realistically, that's probably not something that's going to happen for a while at this point, until you kind of run out of other stuff to do, or get a flute and go to Mire, and then maybe just dip into desert while you're there.
Exactly. Dr. Marty's still searching for that one elusive item that is still available here, and finding nothing but keys. Gotta be careful here, just got one heart. He's made it, and that is it. Just big love. Little death warp, then I imagine we're going to be seeing some Village of Outcasts. Nothing doing just yet, just $20 there in Sea Hut. Our first dip into Steve's Town here. Of course, over on Kyle's side, the beauty of having half magic and the fire rod here. Oh no, Dr. Marty gets hit by the enemy hidden by the bridge. Luckily, he's not going to lose too much time because he's right here in Thieves Town, but...
I swear those guys have AI that just has them hang out under the bridges more often than they would randomly.
Moth behaving a little badly here on Kyle's side. Well, it's looking like we started off with a whole bunch of good stuff, but now the seed is like, all right, I've given you enough. Have a bunch of junk for a while.
Yeah, it sort of feels like the seed's kind of playing itself at this point. It's like, okay, I gave you a fire rod, you know what you're supposed to do, and then you've got a hammer, okay, now go to Thieves Town, and then after you've done that, come back and talk to me.
Yep. Dr. Marty is demonstrating some pretty good execution here, the way he's running through and just making quick work of everything. Oh, nicely done with the Cane of Burna, but he deactivates it at the last second, gets hit by the anti-fairy.
And a cute hammer dash there, too.
And hit that switch all in one go. Oh boy, a shield. Nobody wants one of those.
But between our two runners, we're kind of running out of places where some progression could be. I mean, we got the rest of Thieves Town here, a couple checks down in South Dark World, but might be looking at a pod or Eastern dip soon, or that desert coming back into play.
Yeah. Sometimes Rando is all about trying to be psychic and read the seed. Yeah, we're not getting much of anything at this point. Dr. Marty's missing a key?
I believe that one's just locked in the big chest, but didn't
Oh
stop
yeah,
him
that's
trying
right.
to open
That's
that door
right.
with his face.
Yeah. It's been a while, y'all. Little trivia like that I knew years ago and forgot, and now I've remembered. So thank you for helping me out, folks. I've learned something today for the second time. All right, so far the blind fight is going according to script. Nicely done. That's about as good as you can do it. I missed what was there on Bumper Ledge. Did you see that, Papa Bell?
I think that was just a green rupee.
Okay. The booger, as I call it. We got powder. Go fetch, folks. Well, there's something. There's the flips. They can get the ice rod. And we can do a significant portion of Swamp Palace with that if we had the mirror, which we don't.
Yeah, that might be a trip back up, though, to get that ice rod potentially in Duzora, but again, not really a high priority, but we're running low on other stuff to do. Again,
neither one of our runners have enough money to visit the purveyor extraordinaire of life lessons at this moment.
yeah, I guess if Marty stops to pick up those rupees, maybe go to the archery game a little bit, that might tell us something about his intentions.
Yep. Let's see what Stumpy has over here. And then finally, Dr. Marty will head over to Hype Cave and get his tempered sword. Nothing doing on Stumpy.
But yeah, given the sequence breaking we did earlier, those flippers don't put anything new into logic. I mean, they'll be hobo that Marty hasn't seen yet, but we know that's going to be junk.
Yeah, only holding 10 bombs, so... So where, oh where is our progression? Like you mentioned earlier, we got a lot of possibilities open to us, and the problem is that all of those possibilities are kind of spread out all over the map between Pod and Eastern, which is where it looks like Marty is going, and then on the other side of the map, you've got Desert. You can get 2 checks up on the mountain at this point, because neither one of our runners needs the lamp to do it, although that would be out of logic. So everything that we have that we can check right now is really spread out on the map.
Yeah, and I think Marty's making sort of the standard play here, right? Pod is certainly the highest item density out of all of those checks you just listed, and he was already in the area, so this seems like the thing to do to me.
Now, with no bow, obviously our ability to full clear Pod is essentially non-existent. We'll see if Marty decides to do a mimic clip here. But we are not bow locked.
And we do have several potions in those bottles, so potion glitch, potion camera unlock technically to get through there is also an option.
Yeah, if you'll pardon me for one moment, I must extricate a feline from my computer room.
That is a serious occupational hazard there.
I literally have 2 cats from the same litter that I named Ken and Ryu. I had to chase Ryu out of the room. All right, so Pod looks like it's living up to its nickname of Mullet Mansion, business in the front, party in the back. There's a flute. That is going to be a big one there.
So there's some logical access to those 2 items up on the mountain. Also gives our runners a good excuse to get back to the village and turn in that fetch quest that Kyle just picked up.
Obviously, it's not as important since Misery Mire is a pendant. The flute is not logically required to beat the seed, but sure does help you get around.
And Marty did show us that potion camera unlock. Drink a potion while you're moving left, and that messes up the camera just enough that you can make it not quite lock into place, and then you can just get the mimics off screen in the next room.
All right, so we're in the back, so we should start seeing some items here. Not the items we wanted there, Dr. Marty. Come on. Man, big glove. Another key. He is going to check harmless hellway. Yeah, look at your key count. Because he had 2 keys at that point, and he had not opened this door on the left here, that chest had to have a key. Setting up good old hammer yump, gets it, and just a map in the big chest. It looks like Kyle is gonna farm for some Zora money over here. There's ether in Dark Maze.
Yeah, that well, I guess it has less of a chance of being required since both of the dungeons it might unlock are pendants, but you never know.
Well, we know the hook shot's going to be in Turtle Rock. I mean,
unless it's because the bow is in Turtle Rock, so...
That's fair. That's fair. Now this could be big here. If Zora does have progression, then Kyle might have an advantage here. It looks like Kyle may be checking out Desert Area for the first time in this seed. But first we're going to check Sahasrarla's estranged brother. Just a little love in Agina, and we're about to see what Magic Bat has for us today. And that's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane! Kata Samaria on the bat.
I'm glad we still found it. When I saw those pendants, I was going to be real sad if we went through a caneless seed when you were here.
right, let's see what we have in desert. Like we said, it is a pendant, but we got a fire source and we got the book, so that's not helping anybody, that map.
So Marty saving and quitting there out of Agina's cave is not opting for this dip into desert. You got to think all this extra time that Marty's got with the flute is going to be just eating up more and more time away from Kyle. So Kyle really needs to find something good here in a spot that Marty has shown he doesn't really want to go to just yet.
Yeah, Marty did not want to do desert. So, but so far it has not proven fruitful for Kyle. Nothing on Spectacle Rock itself inside the cave, though. We just got Big Love.
Ooh, and we're getting an early Spike Cave as well. That Cane of Burner that you mentioned before can come in handy. Here's one spot for it.
And luckily, Marty's got half magic, so he doesn't have to be remotely concerned about running out of magic on this. That's not fruitful either.
So I suspect this will just be a hobo for Marty, and then he'll flute away somewhere. Maybe an eastern dip at this point? Not sure.
And as we're looking at this, with as chat was pointing out, bow and hookshot are both missing. Both of them could conceivably be on the pedestal. With the knowledge we have right now, they could both be on the pedestal.
But just a bunch of junk out of desert, and it looks like this eastern dip is probably going to pay off, since there's not a whole lot of other places where our next progression could be.
Yeah, we are slowly running out. Remember, Kyle does have 500 roops, so he can, in fact, check Zora. And that may be where he's going. Looks like it is. Looks like Kyle will go ahead and pick up the Astro. But there's the hook shot in Eastern. So good call there, Papa Bell.
And we might see Marty just pick up this chest on the right-hand side and then just immediately peace out back up the mountain.
Well, it's the big key, so now he's got to go check it. And the purveyor extraordinaire of life lessons dishes out another one.
Certainly that's not going to surprise anybody who's played Rando before.
No, not at all.
But yeah, I was going to say leaving Eastern immediately feels like the play I always want to make, but I never quite do. But in this case, Marty finds all 3 items pretty quickly and definitely knows it's a good time to leave.
Yep. So it's time for Paradox Cave, maybe Spiral Cave, possibly Tower of Hera. Kyle's going to go get his cane here on Magic Bat. Oh, there we go. There's the mirror and 300 rupees. And there's another fetch quest with the shovel. And there's the bow.
Ooh, absolute treasure trove in Paradox Cave.
Absolutely.
Does that put us Mitts go mode?
I think it does. So the mitts cannot be in Mire or Turtle Rock. So we're not going to need a medallion. So yep, mitts are definitely go mode. We're 41 minutes into the seed and 1 item away from go mode.
I mean, mitts.
I was going to laugh if that was the mitts, and then I'd be like, "Well, we're 41 minutes into the seed and we're in go mode."
Yeah, I was going to say, Mitts is not the ice rod hunt that you expect to be on when you start this seed, but here we are.
Excuse me, some of my liquid refreshment just went down the wrong pipe. Gotta imagine Dr. Marty's gonna hair a pot here. Oh yeah. A rare execution problem there for Dr. Marty, but let's say that like it takes even the best a couple of attempts to get hair a pot right with that method.
Yeah, the spin speed or hook speed is always so tempting because you're like, well, if I get it the first time, it's so much faster than waiting for a bomb, but, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but as Chad astutely pointed out, we are not going to see Mire or Turtle Rock at all in this seed.
Yeah, and we're going to get, what, a go mode ice? Just burn right through there with Icebreaker.
Yep. Now, I believe Marty found both Tower of Hera items. I believe that's correct. But I am an old man and could be wrong.
There's definitely this thing that your brain does during rando where, like, you know, 20 rupees and a compass are exactly the same item in your head, and then 5 seconds later you've forgotten either one of them.
Thank God we have the boots and we don't have to do the long trek through Spiral Cave. Alright, so fashion upgrade in Spiral Cave. Now Marty's going to be able to full clear both Pod and, Eastern.
Yeah, and I really like this play to come and do this first, right? There's always an outside chance that the mitts are just on Helma, and then you just get to fully go mode Swamp. Also got the benefit that we can bang out another red crystal and then potentially go right to Pyramid after Swamp if you want to.
But this, yeah, it looks like this seed is just going to come down to who finds the mitts first, because Kyle is about to do Paradox Cave and find both his bow and his mirror, so he still hasn't found the flute, though.
Yeah, he sort of invested some of that early time in lower probability checks, like the Pyramid Catfish run, like going into Desert, whereas Marty kind of beelined that big treasure trove in Pod.
Yeah, and you can sit here and you can, Monday morning quarterback that decision, but this is rando, and you may say, yeah, it's low propensity, but it's one of those things. If you're right, you could gain an incredible advantage over your opponent.
Yeah, absolutely. If Flute is in Desert, this is such a different race.
Right. There you go, Dr. Marty. There's the hammer.
Listen, the light in that room is bad. You can't tell which item is which in your bag of holding there. Easy Helma fight there for Dr. Marty. And nothing on Helma, so maybe Armos Knights will have our missing mitts. I think actually we're down to just the compass and map in Eastern, so I think I'll
that's
get just
fair.
the crystal here. Yeah, chat wants to know where the lamp is. The lamp's always in Swamp, right? That's how this game works?
Yeah, it could logically be in there because, we found the hookshot in Eastern, and then the mirror in Paradox Cave. So yeah, it could absolutely be in Swamp. Kyle getting that Harapot first try by using the bomb strats. And Armos Knights are absolutely no challenge for Dr. Marty. That is his 5th crystal. Only Swamp and Ice left. You got to imagine that's where he's headed immediately after this.
Yeah, it just routes so well. I mean, you can come out of swamp and you've got options. You can go clean up some mirror checks like the Bombos tablet or Cave 45. Pyramid Fairy up toward Catfish is an option. Like, just any cleanup that he still needs to do after coming out of swamp, he'll be in a good spot to do. And it's worth saying, you know, we've been talking about the decision making, but that shouldn't detract from the fact that Dr. Marty has just been absolutely blazing through this seed and not really giving back any time as far as execution goes.
Yeah, that's and that's not any slight on Kyle's play. It's just Dr. Marty, like you said, has been on point on his execution this whole seed. And Kyle is heading down to the Hera basement, so there. I got to imagine that there is an item down there. It is much more likely that I miscounted than Kyle miscounted. So if this is the mitts, this could be big. I say that because we're gonna run out of checks that we can do without the mitts here very soon.
Yeah, because if the mitts are here, you got to expect Marty is going to full clear swamp, do all of that overworld cleanup while Kyle is in go mode.
Right. But there are the mitts, and at 50 minutes, Dr. Marty is in go mode. Well, let's take that back. He's in no mode because he does not yet have the ice rod, but he absolutely knows where it is.
Oh, but TR is one of our pendants, so we don't even actually...
Oh, yeah, so we don't even need it. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, hold up. I did not know you could hook to that pot on the right side of swamp like that.
I guess Marty's just checking things that are right in his way, just in case he can get silvers or butter sword. More likely silvers. I don't think Marty really cares if he has butter sword or not.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to turn down that heart there. And Kyle following through with this mushroom play. I mean, I respect it. If you're going to put in the time to do the whole Hera basement, you absolutely go check out what that mushroom is going to give you.
Whole lot of nothing.
I'm definitely with Marty, though. Every time I'm in swamp in quote-unquote go mode, I will absolutely check waterfall. I've found silvers there so many times.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect Argus play there. At least perfect second phase. And now it's just a go mode Ice Palace and Ganon's Tower left for Dr. Marty. And while we wait on that, I'd like to remind everybody, if you're enjoying what you're seeing here tonight, and of course, how could you not be? I'd like to remind you to give these runners a follow here on Twitch. And for all of your 2025 Link to the Past Randomizer main tournament needs, be sure to follow the Speed Gaming family of channels, Speed Gaming, the OG, Speed Gaming 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots, tons even of rando coming your way until the end of the tournament here, and you don't want to miss any of it. So make sure you give the Speed Gaming channels a follow as well. As we see Dr. Marty head into ice here, we're going to see a real quick icebreaker, real quick cold stare, and then we're going to be back up the mountain for Ganon's Tower. And Kyle is now in go mode. He's in go mode, but is 2 dungeon clears down, or 3 dungeon clears down, technically.
Yeah, he might pick up some time in pod, because I believe the big key was on the right side, so he'll find that pretty quickly, but... He is still running without the flute as well, so that's going to eat up a little bit of travel time.
Yeah. And of course, the lamp here in Ice Palace. Past the time where Dr. Marty could even bother using it. It's always frustrating when you find the lamp after you've done all the dark rooms.
Especially those stupid turtles. I guess sometimes you're happy to find that lamp if you're a little worried about torch glitch or something like that, but we've got half magic, so...
Yeah. Speaking of half magic, this will make the cold stare fight for Dr. Marty pretty much academic.
We could see some sword beams just for the fun of it.
And Cold Stare got out of the corner. Bad boy, Cold Stare. Stay in the corner. This is the final crystal. We see the traditional big key guess in the chat. My guess is always 13. So
let's go big 7. I'll take 7. While Marty is headed up to GT here, I do also want to shout out our tracker for today, Arbu, who is pressing the buttons and keeping track of everything for us.
And as I always say, the trackers are kind of the unsung heroes of this whole operation we've got going here, because having that tracker on the screen is just vital for the viewer's experience, knowing where we are, being able to just tell at a glance most of the time who's in the lead, what items we found, what items we've yet to find. It is probably the single, other than, seeing the runners' games themselves, it is probably the most important aspect of these restreaming races. So the trackers, love you guys. Arbu, thank you so much.
A little unlucky skip there from Kyle is going to miss out on that lamp in the Pengator room.
And Dr. Marty also, checking the chests there in Super Bunny Cave. He's like, come on, please, just give me the silvers. Like, this is such a jet seed already. Give me the silvers. Kyle having a little bit of trouble setting up Icebreaker here. It can be finicky. There we got Hope Room with Little Love and a key. And Marty had the mirror prepped, but he decides, snap, I'm going to go full right. Icebreaker really giving Kyle some fits over here.
Yeah, most
4,
of these setups.
number 5, and number 6 in GT, still no big key. Kyle finally gets that icebreaker.
Yeah, most of those
I've been
setups
there.
are pretty pixel perfect, and you know, a one-frame movement here or there, so they are real precise.
Yeah, we've all been there trying icebreaker. There's number 7, which is the blueberries on the torch. Number 8, number 9, ten, and 11. Well, we got the bug net, so this seed is now complete.
Bugnet, the true go mode, everyone knows that.
Exactly, the true go mode. Oh, what was that? Was that 12? I've lost count.
I believe 12, yes.
All right, so I still have a chance of being right. All right, there's 13. Not in the cards for me today.
Commentators have officially lost the big key guessing game.
We're heading into Rando room here. All right, we're up to 17 now. And don't tell me it's tile room. Because I mean, that's what the chat always wants to see. We want to see tile room.
We have no ped, we didn't clear too many pendant dungeons, we gotta have a tile room, right?
Well, we'll find out if it's behind Armos 2. It'll be interesting here because he is running out of arrows and has run out of arrows. Means he's going to have to fish for some to kill the red Igors. Or, excuse me, mimics. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my default here is always just go outside and start shoveling. Might be the best option.
Well, there's the big key at 21. And RNG not being kind to Dr. Marty here with those, for those arrows. Oh my gosh. All of the 10 arrows we saw in the game.
And I believe I have this right, that the sort of item pool for digging is just totally random, right? Like there's the list of things it's going to be, but it's not like it cycles through them the way the other drops do. There's 5 arrows.
There's 5 arrows. Yeah, the chat's saying Marty panicking right now. Yeah, when you're in a jet seed like this, yeah, and again, especially at this level with runners of this caliber, it's like, oh my god, this is the last thing I needed was to run out of arrows. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose because I ran out of arrows.
Yeah, particularly annoying to have checked 20 items looking for the big key, and there were no arrows in any of that.
Right. Yes, chat said arrow go mode. Oh no!
Oh!
Oh, Marty! Oh, you have to kill one of the mimics first. If you don't kill one of the mimics first, the arrows under that pot might not appear.
But he was down to only 5 arrows, so you got to use 4 in the first room, and then...
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, and Marty does not know that he actually has plenty of time. He's like, nope, I'm digging to find 10 arrows this time, dang it.
Absolutely.
Oh no, he doesn't need bombs, game. Yeah, chat is correct. This is only funny because it isn't close at this point. It would be absolutely tragic if both of them were in GT and only one of them ran out of arrows.
Yeah, I'm sure Marty is a little bit sweaty right now, but
yeah,
we'll have time to find it funny later.
Or as we would say in the Army, the pucker factor is high right now.
Oh my gosh, this is an absurd amount of digging he's having to do.
Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for the poor man.
I guess the big brain play here was to go buy an arrow upgrade at the upgrade ferry when we did ice, but
All right, he's good. He's good to go now. The icing on the cake, the pièce de la résistance, would be if he's down to like 1 arrow at the end of the climb and then finds the silvers. that would be. Oh my gosh! And he missed one of the arrows there on the mimic. It hit the trap. Oh God, no! Marty, no! Okay, alright. He got the arrows that time. He missed 2. 1 hit the trap and 1 hit the skull.
I feel like we're gonna need to run some stats on the number of digs it took to get those arrows.
Yeah, we should have been counting the digs. Marty's heart rate has got to be at like 120 right now. And he's picking up more arrows. Honestly, at this point, with everything Marty's gone through, I hope he gets the silver arrows so he can kill Ganon with the silvers. Yeah. At times like this, it is so much better to be commentating than actually running the seed.
Yeah, the stress levels, even if you don't run out of arrows in GT, the stress levels are always a little off the charts at this point in the race.
And he gets arrows in the chest. We heard you needed some arrows, Marty.
I can't tell if all that bomb dropping was how he feels about those arrows, or if that was just muscle memory from NMG.
Oh no. And he gets moldormed, or troll-dormed. Come on, just for Marty's sake, let the silvers be in Moldorm 2 chest. Come on. This would be could be the greatest thing ever here. Nah.
The video game never lets us have any fun.
No, it really doesn't. Silvers are probably in Mire or Turtle Rock, the two dungeons we were never going to see. I'm not certain if that counted as a triple or not, but really good. Really good pattern there. He's only gonna need 2 more hits here. Oh my gosh, and the blue ball screws everything up. There we go. Agatu is down, it's all over but the pork roast.
Kyle, meanwhile, also losing the 50-50 on which way to go first in GT.
Oh no, Kyle gets blocked by the trapdoor. Alright, danger's over there. I was about to say Marty needs to be a little careful here because he did get hit a couple times in the early Ganon fight, but it's academic at this point. You know what? I don't want to say that because after the arrow debacle, we don't want anything else bad to happen to Marty here.
Exactly. I think we still have a fairy in a bottle that we found like 45 minutes ago or something, but...
Yeah. Because Marty used his blue potion to do the camera unlock in pod, so... Yep, arrows in Turtle Rock. And no, there was no way in hell any of our runners were going to get the silvers.
Nice 3 spins on that cycle.
Did he get that hit on Ganon with a slash?
I think he did. That's
oh my gosh.
Lately.
That was impressive. And we have a dead pig. So GG's to Dr. Marty. This should be entertaining once we get him in here. Chat is correcting us that you can only get that if it's a gold sword. You can't just slash with tempered. So Dr. Marty takes it in what could have been tragic fashion, but as Dr. Marty says, I went out of my way to try and lose that one. Yeah, GG's, Marty.
Yes, as we do get an official forfeit from Kyle then after seeing the finish there from Dr. Marty.
But a 113-ish run, that's a pretty quick seed there. But absolutely, other than the arrow count, expertly played by Dr. Marty. We have Dr. Marty here. See if I can bring him on in. There we go. Got him. Dr. Marty, welcome. And we have both our runners here. Congratulations, GG's, Dr. Marty. I have some arrows over here for you if you need them.
I will burn this virtual studio to the ground.
Oh,
when
man.
you watch back the restream Diva, you'll see me desperately digging for arrows in front of Ganon's tower. A good 5 minutes doing that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was, as we were saying, like, it was funny solely because you were so far ahead. And, had you not been so far ahead at that point, it would have been absolutely tragic. But of course, you didn't know that. So.
I suspected that. I suspected any second. This is why I lose. This is how I lose the tournament. This is awful.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we were saying. But yeah, ultimately, it just went down to certain routing decisions there. Marty, you found the flute. You found the flute early. Kyle didn't find the flute, and just some early routing decisions that. I say early, like mid-game routing decisions. I apologize. That ended up winning it for you, but very well played by both of you, and just really entertaining race to watch, and nice little jet seed we had here today.
It'd be jettier. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that one was really fast. I was constantly looking at the race room, like he has to finish like right now. While I'm looking for this big key.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I knew this was going to be a tight seed no matter what, because it's even without the flute, I imagine, well, actually just seeing there Diva's restream not terribly far behind. Because it's like, if it's a Mit's go, then there's really a lot you can leave behind.
Right. Yeah, so early on when we all knew that mitts were going to be the go mode, it was very clear we were never going to see Turtle Rock, we were never going to see Misery Mire. Of course, that's where the silvers ended up being, of course, was Turtle Rock, because why wouldn't it? But yeah, like, just such a fast seed. Started out real good. There was a little lull in the middle where we were all wondering where the progression was going to be, and then the progression just came just like that.
There was a little time there when I thought, okay, I know where the ice rod is. I have the fire rod. Oh, I have the cane now too, and the book. And the pedestal there is looking tantalizingly doable as soon as I find a flute, so I was expecting that to be where it goes. And I briefly thought earlier on, should I start rushing pendant dungeons now? Like, no, Marty, it's a stupid idea. What do you want about?
Yeah, we were commenting on that because, earlier on in the seed, before you guys found the hook shot, the bow, and the mirror, we were like, oh my gosh, like any one of those items could theoretically be on the pedestal.
I was kind of hoping it was a pet seed, but I never found flute, and then there was nothing at desert, and I don't know. I was just kind of hoping that he'd or Doc didn't check the magic bat and did some other checks, but yeah, it was a tough one to come back from. I made some early mistakes by going to the Zora area without the Moon Pearl, so I wasn't able to check Waterfall Fairy. I did see Ice Rod, and I was like, oh, maybe we'll be able to do Turtle Rock, but that never happened. So
Yeah, but see, a lot of times, especially in rando, you say, in hindsight, it's a mistake. But Papa Bell and I were saying during commentary, that's only a mistake if it doesn't work out. If it does work out, that could be a huge advantage on your opponent. Something like Catfish, right? It's out of the way, it's there. A lot of people want to skip it because it's so out of the way and it's a time sink. But if that happens to be progression there, you possibly have gained a huge advantage on your opponent. So, you can only say it's a mistake in hindsight.
That's too metagamey for my brain. It's too tired to think of all that. I just go to where most items are, leave it at that.
But a very well played seed, a very quick seed, pleasure to commentate. Enjoyed watching you guys, and that reminds me of one more thing. Everybody, if you enjoyed what you saw here today, and I'm sure that you did because that was an incredible race, please give both Doc and Kyle a follow here on Twitch. They've been putting in hard work for your entertainment, and they deserve your eyeballs and your follows. And for all of the rest of the 2025 Link to the Past randomizer tournament action, you got to stay tuned here on Speed Gaming. As a matter of fact, we have another race that's going to be starting here in about 35 minutes, another casual boot seed here on Speed Gaming 2. There's another race going on right now on the OG Speed Gaming, but Speed Gaming 1 through 6, I think it's just 1 through 6. I've been away for a while. Are there more now? Because everybody keeps talking about this Ocho thing. I'm kidding. But ladies and gentlemen, I have been Phantom Ryu. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Let my co-commentator Papa Bell and our runners have the last word here. But before I do, I want to again shout out our tracker Arbu for all the assistance he provided during this seed. It has been a pleasure. Sorry I was late, but thanks everybody for watching. And the last word goes to my co-coms and our runners. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I just want to thank you for the restream. Thank you for the commentary, for the tracking. Doc, I wish you the best of luck in bracket. Please stay tuned for the doubleheader for Raja versus Gamachu. Raja's a good friend of mine. We competed back in the 2018 main tournament. We've been practice partners, so definitely rooting for Raja to make the upset. And this has been a super fun experience, and I really thank everyone for tuning in and all the support I received. It's been a really good time.
Yep, did it win my end, and GG's for the races there, Diva, and
GG's.
races. Yeah. And thanks for the comms, thanks for the restream, and keep watching. More good rando coming up.
Yeah, thank you both so much. It was a great race to watch. I will echo that. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you back here next time.